Are you torn between studying in the UK or Germany? Not sure which country offers better value for your time, money, and future career? Well, you're not alone. This is one of the most common decisions international students face today. Both countries offer world-class education, exciting work opportunities, and vibrant multicultural lifestyles. But they also differ significantly in terms of language, visa rules, tuition fees, and student life. In this video, I'll break it all down from the cost of living to job prospects so that you will have a clear picture of which destination fits you best, whether you are looking for a budget-friendly option, a stronger path to permanent residency, or a better career launchpad. I have got you covered. But I'm not doing this alone. I've invited a special guest, Vishal, who has been living in Germany for the past 7 years. He's also a former international student. And honestly, who better to join me in this comparison game? But before we do a deep dive, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Sarika and I have been living in the UK for the past 15 years. I'm currently working as a lead business analyst at one of the largest tour operators in Europe. I offer 3 services now. Number 1, study abroad assistance. This service is completely free for students who wish to study abroad in all of these listed countries. Simply fill out the form from my pinned comment and description section and my team will reach out to you. If you're outside India, please email us at apply@yourknowledgebuddyabroad.com. The second service is the job assistance service. This is a paid 3-month training program for individuals struggling to find jobs in the UK, Ireland, Germany, Netherlands, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Along with 12 mentors, I will be helping and guiding you through the job market. We specialize in various fields, including finance and accounts, consulting, IT, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, digital marketing, cybersecurity, business management, health and safety, and biomedical engineering, to name a few. And the third service is the business analyst training. As a lead business analyst, I train and mentor individuals who want to start their career in business analysis. No prior experience or knowledge is required to start with me. You can start with zero knowledge today. This is also a 3-month program where you will learn everything from start to finish. If you want to know more about our services, you can book a free call to ask any questions. All links are provided in my description and pinned comment. So let the ultimate comparison begin. Meet Vishal and don't forget to watch till the end if you are planning to study abroad. So without any further delay, let's get started with today's video by introducing you guys to Vishal. Hi Vishal, welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy, and if you don't mind, can you introduce yourself to my audience, please?
Okay, so hello everyone. Hello Sarika. Myself Vishal Mishra. I am originally from India and I'm currently working in Germany, and I did my masters here. So I am currently in Germany from last 7 years. I studied my masters in embedded systems and then I started working in the corporate sector in Germany, and currently I'm working as a cybersecurity engineer at Daimler Trucks AG.
Perfect. Then you're the best candidate for today's video. As you know, today's topic is we're comparing UK with Germany so that our future students who are planning to move abroad to study, they can decide if UK is their dream country or Germany. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's hope we can be of some use for the audience.
Yes, of course, definitely. Okay, so what I have done, Vishal, based on the queries that I received from students, it's on different parameters. Some people are worried about the total cost that they have to spend, like the tuition fees, the living cost, and few of the students are worried about the settlement. Most of the students I interact with, they want to kind of settle down in the country they move. And parents are more worried about whether it is safe for their children or not. So based on the inquiries that I received from the students, I have kind of written down 15 parameters, which I'm going to discuss and compare UK and Germany with you. So the first parameter, which is the tuition fees. So I'm going to first start with UK and maybe then you can start your points regarding Germany. So when students plan to study in the UK for bachelor's, in the UK it is 3 years course, and for masters it is 1 year. So generally the average cost for students in the UK per year, it is say in Indian rupees is 13 lakhs to 20 lakhs because it has gone up, which equates to £13,000 to £20,000 in the UK. What about Germany?
Well, one of the biggest USP or one of the main reason why I came to Germany to study my master's was because of the low cost. So in Germany, you have 2 kinds of university. Basically, it's public and private. So public is the state-funded university where the fees per semester is bare minimum. So it's approximately 200 to 300 euros per semester, which is approximately 30,000 rupees. So for 1 year, you pay 60,000 rupees. But from the last few years, some of the universities are charging a fees around 1,500 euros per semester to foreign students, which roughly comes down to 1.5 lakhs. But at the end, that is still on a low cost compared to other countries like UK, US, and Singapore. So in general, the cost is on the low side. And in terms of duration, bachelor is a kind of standard 4-year course, 8 semester, and masters basically varies. Some universities offer a 3-year course course, 3-semester course, I beg your pardon, and some universities offer a 4-semester course. So I did my master's in embedded systems from a university which offered the course in 3 semesters. So in 1.5 years, I was done with my studies.
Okay. So one semester is of 6 months?
Yeah, it's a standard 6-month semester.
Oh, okay. So, of course, in this aspect, Germany is winning. For anyone who want to study spending less amount, Germany will be the best country for you to move abroad. UK.
Yeah, even exactly. So even with now, they are introducing some fees in the universities for foreign students. But even after that, if you compare the cost of study, it is still on the bare minimum
Much
side.
cheaper than the UK, of course.
Yes.
Okay. So the next question which I get is not from the students, but from the parents, because yes, they know about the tuition fees. Now, the next is about the living costs. They don't know how much more they need to spend after sending their children to the UK. So the question they're worried, like, okay, renting, living cost, transportation, what else? So speaking to several students here, on an average, of course, it ranges from £700 to £1,300, which is 70,000 Indian rupees to 1.3 lakhs Indian rupees. Of course, this varies depending on how students live, whether they are on sharing basis, whether they are in central London or outskirts of London. But on average, anywhere it's about INR 70,000 to 1.3 lakhs. What about Germany?
Well, in this case, unfortunately, Germany doesn't provide you that much advantages like studies, because the cost of living in Germany is also on the higher side, especially over the last few years with the current geopolitics situation and the war-like situation in Europe. The cost of living in Germany has skyrocketed, I would say, in the last few years. So it depends. If your university is in a big city like Munich, Frankfurt, or Berlin, you end up paying on a higher end. So let's say minimum cost of survival per month would be around 1,000 euros or 1,200 euros, which is approximately 1 lakh or 1,20,000 Indian rupees. But you can save some amount if, let's say, your university, if it's situated or located in a low tier city or in a small city, then you can reduce your expenses by 20%, but still the basic cost of renting an apartment, food cost is on basically standardized throughout Germany. So you need to plan approx 1 lakh rupees or 1,000 euros per month to survive as a student in Germany.
Yeah. So approx kind of same in the UK,
Yeah.
Germany, I'm going to say. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Vishal. Moving to the next point is about the post-study work permit. So in year 2020, UK restarted the post-study work permit, which was closed before. Now, as of today, as we speak, today for anyone who does a bachelor's or a master's in the UK, they get a 2 years of post-study work permit. And anyone who does a PhD, they get a 3 years of post-study work permit. What about Germany?
Well, in Germany, it's a standard rule. You can have plus or minus 2 months based on bachelor's, master, or PhD. But as a standard rule of thumb, you get 18 months to look for a job post your studies if you are a foreign student studying in Germany. So 18 months would be the standard answer. Plus minus 2-3 months for PhD or bachelor's. But as a standard rule, it's 18 months.
Okay. In the UK, there's also a proposal which is going on that they want to reduce the post-study work permit to 18 months. But again, it is not yet confirmed, but it's a proposal which is made in the recent white paper. So as of today, UK is winning because it's more than Germany, at least. Okay, let's continue with the game of permanent residency. I already know the answer for it, who is winning. But again, I'm going to explain. For the UK market, getting a permanent residency is not that easy. In fact, here there's a concept of sponsorship. So just getting a job is not enough. You need to get a job from a licensed sponsor. So not all the companies in the UK can sponsor you. Unless until you don't have a license to hire an immigrant, you cannot sponsor anyone. So sponsoring someone means issuing COS, which is called Certificate of Sponsorship, and a job offer. And recently there had been a major changes in the immigration related to the cost of hiring and plus the salary, minimum salary threshold. And because of such hike and increase in salary threshold, many companies are reluctant to hire students or immigrants. So it's not the best time here to move to the UK if you're thinking to study and settle down. But again, what I'm saying is based on the data available today, as of today. So 90% of the students do struggle till now, and the success rate is quite low, which is 10%. What about Germany?
Well, in this case, I would say Germany is clearly the winner because Germany is considered as one of the most immigrant-friendly country in mainland Europe. So as a standard PR policy, which is called permanent residency, you can have a PR within 21 months of your tax-paying duration. So in that case, there are two requirements. You need to have a job which is passing the threshold of 48,000 euros per year, and and you need to present a B1 German language certificate. So if you have these two, you can apply for a PR in 21 months. The second scenario is you can apply for a PR with the same salary and a German language of A2 level after, let's say, around 33 or 32 months. So based on that, the rules are predefined. You need to have a fixed EU limit salary, which is 48,000. It is adjusted every year based on inflation, but as per current date, it's roughly around 48,000 euros per year with a German language certificate.
Okay, so I'm not going to debate on this point, so we know Germany is the winner here.
Yeah, obviously. In this case, I would say yes.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Vishal. Let's move to the next one, which is about weather. Again, it's not a very important factor, but it's more from the parent side when they send their children. They think about, whether that is comfortable kind of environment in terms of weather. Because as in India, you have very hot or very cold, couple of months, you have a balanced weather. And they have heard about Europe, it's pretty cold. So I'm going to tell about UK. It is not a very warm country. So generally it's kind of cold country almost throughout the year, except few months where it is summer and it feels nice. So the worst case scenario, like in the north, the weather may go like -5 or so, but not beyond that. So we do have mostly cold weather, but generally not as bad as other countries like say US or Canada. How's the weather in Germany?
Well, I think Germany is also similar to UK in this regard because it's considered as a cold country, I would say. So we have a lot of winter and harsh winter. So in big cities, you can expect temperatures dropping down below 0 degrees Celsius. And if you are living outside from the city, it can also drop below -10, -15. So I have experienced -17, -20 when I was studying because I was studying in a small city which was near mountains. So in generally, Germany is a cold country. It's cold. It rains a lot, but we have 3 months of good summer starting from June, July, and August. It's still June now, but it's raining outside. So global warming. But in general, but you can expect it to be not a very friendly climate country if you're coming from India. It's more on the colder side.
Yeah, exactly. So almost the kind of same, but you have more extreme weather as compared.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Vishal, let's move to the next one, which is about which jobs are in demand. Most of the time when students take a course, they're misguided by agents back in India. Whatever is the easiest course, based on whatever they have told me, they are kind of forced into it. Most of the time they take MBA because there's less competition and it's very easy to get into the UK universities. So they kind of take MBA with no prior experience. MBA is not kind of made for people, for freshers. It is for experienced people. So there are many examples like that where agents do push them to take some of the courses which are not at all in demand because there are enough people available in the UK market to do such jobs. So the list of the jobs which are in huge demand in the UK are like jobs which are listed in UK's immigration salary list, which is like a demand list, which is like jobs in medical field, engineers, IT, and healthcare. What about Germany?
Well, Germany is somewhat different compared to other developed countries like UK, US, Canada, where demand in tech and IT is huge. Germany is generally based on production, manufacturing, and automotive. So these three, let's say, are the strong pillars of the German economy. Those are not valid now because the whole world is currently in recession. So these sectors are currently down. But as a general principle, Germany is known for manufacturing, automotive, and production. Apart from that, from the last few years, IT and tech is also now in huge demand. Considering all the world economics factor aside, IT is something where Germany was not known for. So now they see a huge demand because Germany lacks in digitalization. So there is a huge gap of IT skilled people here. And apart from that, there is also significant, let's say, lack of skilled people in healthcare and education sector. So teachers, doctors, nurses, this is something where Germany lacks and they are trying to fill in people from outside to take up these roles. But it comes with a precondition. It's not that easy to fill up these roles because you have a huge dependency on the German language. So it's not like if you're a doctor or a nurse in India or in some other English speaking country, you can straight away and start working. It doesn't work like that. So bureaucracy and German language is something which is a big challenge entering the market in Germany, especially in these fields.
Okay. Is there any particular job which doesn't require a German language and you think people can still survive or find a job?
IT and tech industry would be one where language dependency is generally less compared to healthcare or education sector. But currently, German language skill is basically a differentiating factor. When you apply for jobs and you have a German language competence along with you, it basically aggregates your profile to a very high level. So unofficially, it's one of most underrated skills if you want to climb up the ladder in Germany. And especially now where job losses and the economic engine is currently on a slow side, these are basically points which will give you an edge on in the job market, I would say.
Did you learn German when you moved to Germany, or did you start your classes back in India?
Actually, I had learned some basic level when I was in India, but when I came to Germany, I realized whatever I learned was trash, because when you actually come to the country, you basically hear different dialects, the people, how they speak, which is something not taught to you in a special course. So my struggle with German language started the day I landed in Germany, because it's then you need to have German language skills. But with time, if you want to learn, with time you can learn it, and it will help you in your corporate career and your student life. It also helps you integrate in the country better. So
that's true.
And yeah, so currently, I can say I'm very fluent, because my day-to-day life, work, everything is in German, and that's why it helps me, basically adapting and staying in Germany. So it's a very important skill I want to highlight again. You will hear on social media agents telling, no, you can survive with English, you can go, there are a lot of jobs in English. Trust me, they are not. You need German skills.
I wish I would have requested you to introduce yourself in German so that we could listen how is your German. Yeah.
Vielleicht nächstes Mal, maybe next time.
Or in next video.
Yeah, next video, yes.
Okay, thanks, Vishal. So here, I think both the market is kind of leading in some of the particular job, whether it's engineers, medical, doctors, or healthcare staffs, like you mentioned, or IT. Okay, moving to the next point, which is about the part-time hours, which is allowed for students. So in the UK, they can work only 20 hours per week, and they can work full-time during the holiday break. What about Germany?
In Germany, it's same. So there is nothing much to differentiate here. You can work 20 hours per week with studies, and semester breaks, you can work full-time for 40 hours per week. So it's the same.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, the next comparison point is about tax system. It may not be super duper useful at this stage for students to decide whether to move to our country or not. But this is just, I've added it here so that they are aware what kind of tax system and the percentage they need to pay if they are in that country. So on an average for the UK market, they have to pay a tax of 20 to 40%. If I have to break it down, there's no tax being taken in the first bracket of 0 to £12,570. But when you start earning from 12,000 to 50,000 pound, you have to pay 20% tax. When you move to a salary bracket of 50,000 pound to 150,000 pound, you have to pay 40% tax. So most of the experienced people fall into this bracket of 40%. And only someone who's earning above than 150,000 pound, they have to pay 45,000 pound. What about Germany?
Germany is normally considered as a high tax country. So for example, we also have similar brackets like you. So below 12,000 euros, you don't pay any tax, because those are basically your living cost. From 12,000 euros to 62,000 euros, roughly, you pay basically progressive tax. Based on your income, the tax is calculated. And above 62,000 euros till 150,000 euros, you pay a flat rate, basically 45%. And above 150,000 euros, you end up paying again progressive on a higher end. So normally in Germany, you can expect that a big chunk of your income goes into the taxation part, but that 42% exactly is not tax. It has social contribution like unemployment insurance, health insurance, and pension scheme. So technically, not everything is tax. You get returns in some way or the other. But yeah, initially you have to give a huge chunk of your income to the government.
Yeah, so if you compare with UK, almost the same, almost.
Yes.
Right? It's not a huge difference. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now let's move to the next point, which is about when students move abroad, they always are worried about parents, especially someone who are single parent or single child. They want to be with your parents, or they want to move here. So some of the countries are now, I know they have introduced a concept or a visa category where parents can also move, say with students or someone who had managed to get a permanent settlement, like it is in Canada, it is in Australia, it is in New Zealand as well. So can students sponsor parents, or when they are on a skilled job, which is a work visa sponsor job, can they bring the parents? For the UK, the answer is no, they cannot. They can come and visit them on a tourist visa, and at the maximum, you can stay here in the UK for 6 months. But in the UK, there's no visa category as such for parents being here, because either your children is studying or your children manage to get a skilled job. What about Germany?
I think Germany is also same. So normally Germany doesn't entertain parents coming and living abroad and settling here. And this is, let's say, a standard rule. When you want to invite your parents, you have to call them on a tourist visa or a FRV, which is called family reunion visa, and you are allowed to keep them for a maximum of 90 days, and then they have to go back, and there is a cooling period of 3 months again. So they have to wait 3 months till they can travel back. So technically it's not easy, but there are discussions now in the parliament that they want to ease these restrictions. So they are planning to introduce some rules on the trial basis by which you can bring your parents, but it is not currently applied. But so as per today, you cannot bring them to Germany.
But your tourist visa is of 3 months, but in the UK it is for 6 months. So they can at least stay longer here in the UK.
Okay. So here also you get a tourist Schengen visa for a long time, but you are still allowed to stay for a maximum of 90 days. You have to leave the continent after that.
Yeah. Even in the UK, you get it for 5 years. At a stretch, you can apply. Even for 10 years, you can apply it. Yeah, you have 1 year, 2 year, not 1 year, sorry, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, something like that. And at a maximum, they can stay for 6 months, but they can apply for even. So UK is better here. At least on a tourist visa, they can come and stay longer.
In Germany, first time normally they give only for 6 months. So you have to apply again when you want to visit for the second time. But for the second time, they give you for a long duration, like 3 years or 5 years based on your profile.
Oh, great. Okay. Now, moving to the next point, which is about distance from your own country. So again, another important factor for us, especially when our family is back in India and when we are abroad, we're always worried about our parents. What if there's some kind of emergency and you have to rush back? So for the guys in US and Canada, I know it's a long flight for them. From UK, if you take a direct flight, it's 9 hours. What about Germany?
I think traveling to India from Germany is not a big deal. So if you have a direct flight, you are in 8 hours either in Delhi or Bombay. And even if you want to take a flight, basically you want to switch or change in the Middle East, you are in India in 12 or 13 hours. So normally it's not that big deal to travel to India.
All right. So moving to the next point, which is about can dependents accompany student on their student visa? So in the UK, again, this is a recent change which was applied last year. If a student is coming here to do bachelor's or master's, they cannot come with their dependent like their partner and children. However, if a student is coming here to do a research-based course or a PhD, they can bring their dependent. That is on student visa. But if someone is coming on a skill visa, which is a work visa, they can bring their dependents. Again, dependents doesn't mean your parents or siblings. Dependent means your family members like your spouse, your partner, and your children. What about Germany?
Yeah, in Germany also, I think it's the same. So if you are on a student visa, you normally are not allowed to bring any dependents with you. There are some exceptions, like if you're doing a PhD, you might have a research contract which has some earnings. So based on that, you can bring. And if you are working full time in Germany, then it's very easy to bring your spouse along with you as a dependent.
So even in Germany, for master's course, they cannot bring the dependent. No dependent on bachelor's and master's.
Dependents not allowed. No. Then normally what people do is their spouse or their partners also apply for a university so that they both can come to Germany on a student visa. But one cannot tag along with the other so easily during the student life.
Okay, cool. All right. Thanks, Vishal. Moving to the last point, point of comparison, which is about the medical benefits and the healthcare. So in the UK, when a students come here or a skill visa holder, when they move to the UK, in their visa fees, there's something called as immigration health surcharge, which is about NHS, which is the medical governing body here in the UK. So they don't have to pay anything extra other than what they pay during their visa. So their cost is already absorbed at the time of the visa, whether it is a student visa or a skilled visa. So they already pay the NHS cost. So after that, they can avail any facility, medical facility in the UK. What about Germany?
In Germany, health insurance is a big component. So even if whether you come as a student or as a working, you have to pay your health insurance per month. And in Germany, you have two kinds of health insurance provider, public and private. You can avail based on your needs or your choice, but you have to pay every month, whether you are a student or you are a working individual, you have to pay every month in this health insurance contribution. So as a rule of thumb, in a student, if you go for a public health insurance scheme, you have to pay per month. Currently, as per today, it's around 140 euros per month what you have to pay in a public insurance. Private is cheaper but comes with a different pros and cons, but expectation is that you actively pay every month for your health insurances in Germany.
Okay, thanks Vishal. I think we discussed a lot today on a different parameters that will help either students or someone who are moving on a work visa in the future, either to the UK or to Germany. I'm going to conclude at least from the UK side and say the market is pretty tough at the moment. If students are coming thinking to settle down, if that is your main goal, whole, UK is not the right market now as of today. However, based on what Vishal said, I think Germany looks better if you want to settle down, if you're looking for permanent settlement. However, if you also look, if your concern is about the tuition fees, again, Germany is winning there with the less amount. You can definitely study in Germany. The only catch is about learning a new language. If you move to UK,
Exactly.
you don't have to learn a new language. It's still English is the national language here, which we have to speak. But other than that, I think Germany was kind of doing better in terms of UK. So it all depends which parameter is open better for you, or what is the most important parameter for you to make a decision. If you cannot learn a new language and if you are ready to spend 15,000 to 20,000 pounds to move to the UK, considering the fact that the market is pretty tough and you may not settle down if you want to, you can move to the UK. Any points that you want to add from your side, Vishal?
Yeah, I think it's basically comparing the pros and cons. So I think you have summarized it quite well. If learning a language and adapting to a new environment is not your cup of tea, then I think Germany might not be the best option for you. But if you are looking for cost-effective options and you are willing to learn a language, then I think Germany would be a better option, considering that, yeah, the market situation is down also in Germany at the moment, but let's hope it doesn't stay like this forever. By the time you graduate, for sure, hopefully the country will ramp up. And then in that case, if you are equipped with German language proficiency, then life hopefully would look better for you.
Are you happy with the decision you made to move to Germany?
Absolutely. One of my biggest reasons why I also promote that when I graduated, I was technically debt-free. So I didn't have any EMIs of bank to pay. So I had a lot of less mental stress. What I would have if I had gone to like USA or any other high-cost country. So mental stress is something which I didn't have when I graduated. So I'm totally happy. I don't regret a bit about my choice.
And you were happy to learn a new language, yeah? You made that.
Yes.
Learn that.
Yes.
Okay. I really had fun recording this video, Vishal. Thank you very much for spending some time on Sunday to record this video. I hope this will be helpful for future students who are planning to move to abroad, either to UK or Germany. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for giving me a chance, Sarika and the team of your Knowledge Party. It was really fun recording this video. I hope it helps the mass audience.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.